Yeah, I got the remedy for your soul. Got the melody for the low. I got everything, let me know. I like your energy.
What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and today is part 3 of my makeup declutter. So as you can see, it's a little different in lighting the next day, but I'm gonna still turn on my ring light so you guys can see really well. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Today is my powders. Like I said last time, don't mind my ashy hands, mom life. Yes, we're getting straight into it. So I'm actually going to do powders, highlighters, and loose powders, and some palettes in that category. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with the palettes. So this is a Smashbox palette that I somehow found one day, and I have no clue where it came from, but I am going to declutter it. Next up is this Wander Beauty Wanderous Dusk to Dawn blush and highlighter palette, and I do not use this palette. Don't pay attention to my desk. It has a bunch of stuff from my declutter and my business, but yeah. So this I don't use. I believe I got this in an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm, and it's going. Next up is my Makeup Revolution London Patricia Bright Face Palette, and I'm keeping this simply for the fact that it's Patricia Bright. Like, who wouldn't want to keep this? I'm keeping it. Up next is the Laura Geller highlighter palette that I have, and I'm gonna get rid of it. I wanted it because my mom got a Laura Geller highlighter in her BoxyCharm, and I loved the way it looked. So when I saw this, I believe in Marshalls, I was like, I have to have it, and I never used it, so it's going. Up next is my Natasha Denona Bloom and Glow palette. This is what it looks like. I've never used it. However, I am going to use it, so I am going to keep it. Next up, this needs to go over there. I'm on palettes right now. Let's stay in this. Next up is the e.l.f. Blush Highlight Palette. Sorry, I was about to say blush highlighter, but it's the blush palette in dark. I don't use it. I honestly don't know where I got it from. I don't know when I got it. I'm going to declutter it though. Next up is the e.l.f. Contour Palette, and this honestly used to be oh no, not this one, not there yet. I don't use this at all. I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't really have an explanation. I'm gonna get rid of it. And then next up is another e.l.f. palette. This used to be my holy grail for contouring my face. As you can see, I dig into this color a lot, but I don't even use this anymore. So I am definitely going to get rid of this palette. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, it's piling up and I don't want it to fall because this makeup is going to someone. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Wild and Radiant Baked Illuminating Bronzing Palette. And the truth is, I don't use this palette. And I really want to keep this palette. However, because I do not use it, I am not going to keep it. I'm going to get rid of it. Then we have some Morphe. This is the highlighter palette Star Blazer 8Z palette, and this is what it looks like. I am going to keep this palette. I don't really have an explanation for why I'm going to keep this palette. I want it, so I'm going to keep it. And then this is the same palette, but this one came to me cracked. And as you can see, I repressed this shade, but because it's the same palette, I'm gonna give it away. Next up, we have the BH Cosmetics 9 palette highlighter palettes. So 9-pan highlighter palettes. So this one is the Duo Light Highlighter Palettes. And I am going to keep this. And then we have this one is the 6-pan palette, and this is what this one looks like. As you can see, this shade Cracked. I really want to get another one of these highlighters, but I don't think that I am. I think I'm gonna just keep this one and try to repress that shade again. As you see, I've done before. So I'm going to keep this one. And then I have the 6-pan palette in Backlight Highlight, and I'm going to keep this one as well. Excuse me, guys. I'm just waking up. I'm trying to get this declutter done before the person comes to get these makeup, and yeah. But this is the Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio palette, and I loved this palette when I used it, so I am going to keep this palette. It's staying. Then I have the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. It's Juvia's Place. I'm keeping it. We're supporting all Black-owned businesses. Then I have this one right here is the Volume 1. And like I said, Black-owned, Juvia's Place. I'm keeping it. Then I have the Floral Bloom Blush Palette by Beauty Creations, and I'm not sure if I'm keeping this yet. I don't remember if I wanted to get rid of this or not. So at the moment, I'm going to say that I'm keeping it, and if I change my mind by the time we get down to the nitty-gritty, I'm going to put it in the declutter pile. Let's keep going. These are the Cover FX Perfector Face Palettes, and this one is the light version. This one is, let me just make sure. Light to medium. And this one is the dark, medium to dark. And I'm going to keep the medium to dark, and I'm going to get rid of the light to medium. Next up, we have the blush palette, the Warm Masters 8W Blush Palette by Morphe. And I am going to keep this palette. Following that palette, we have the BH Studio Pro palette. This is the Shade and Define 10 color contour palette, and I'm going to keep this palette. This is actually a repurchase. If I'm not mistaken, this palette was different when I originally purchased it, but because I loved it so much and I completed the other one, like I hit pan on it, I got another one, and this one's staying. Up next is the Park Ave Princess by Tarte palette, and I swatched it. I have not used it though, so I am going to get rid of it. Following that palette, I have the Blush and Bronze 10 Richly Pigmented and Blendable Shade Blush Palette. I'm going to keep this palette, simply because I have something in mind for it. I probably will declutter it after that, because these shades of blush are not my go-to, but I'm keeping it for now. Then I have the Glamorous Blush 10-pan palette, and this is what it looks like. Very similar to the other palette that you just saw, and this is by BH Cosmetics, and I am going to keep this palette. Following that palette, I have the Classics Blush 10-pan Blush Palette by BH Cosmetics, and I am going to keep this one as well. Just so you guys know, a lot of the palettes that I have for this is going to go into my makeup kit. I just haven't finished building my makeup kit yet, but most of my makeup kit is ready. So this is the Foundation and Concealer 2 10-pan palette by BH Cosmetics. And as you can see, I have run this palette into the ground. I hit pan here and here. And yeah, I'm going to actually declutter this. I've had it for some time and I just don't use it. And I feel like I should throw this in the garbage. Something's telling me I should throw this in the garbage. But I'm sure. Does it have? It has 24 months. Okay, then I'm not gonna throw it out. I'm gonna just declutter it. Okay, next up is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in medium to dark. I love this palette. This is like an amazing drugstore palette that does what it needs to be. Like, does what needs to be done. I'm keeping it. Following that is the Contour Kit Second Collection by Carity. And this palette is the GOAT. I'm definitely keeping this. Guys, give me 2 seconds. My daughter is waking up, so I will be right back. Alright, so I am back and I have a little special guest who's sitting in the corner. You guys might not hear her right now, but if you hear any noises throughout the video, I'm sure that it is her. So we're just going to continue. I don't remember. I think the Carity palette was the last palette I did. So I'm just going to keep on going. This is the Crayon Case Contourization Notebook palette. I haven't used it yet. It's a Black owned business, which is why I bought it so that I could support. So I am going to keep it. Next up is the Floral Bloom Highlighter and Contour Palette by Beauty Creations. This is what this palette looks like, and although I have not used it, this is most of my Beauty Creations stuff I got from my makeup certification class, and this just is not suitable for my skin tone, so I am going to declutter this. Next up is the Profusion Cosmetics Highlight and Contour 2 palette. It's a 6-pan palette, and I got it because I wanted to use it. I swatched it, and then I realized I did not want it, so I'm going to declutter it. Next is my, what is this? This is my Hi-Fi 8H Highlight and Contour Palette by Morphe, and I am going to keep this palette. Then I have the LA Colors I Love Makeup Contour Palette. I also got this in my master makeup kit for my makeup class, and I am going to declutter this. Then I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour kits, and this one is in light and this one is in medium. I'm going to keep both of these. Next up, I have my Carity Correct and Conceal Full Coverage Cream Based Concealers. This is what this looks like, and I am going to keep this palette. Wow, my daughter just threw up. Wow. Next is the Tarte's Pro Glow Tarte palette, and as you can see, it is not my shade, so I am going to declutter it. Okay, so this I believe is maybe it's not the original, but it's one of them. This is the same as the contour palette that I had shown you guys before, and this one I'm just going to get rid of. Next up, I have some Crown Beauty palettes. This one is the concealer palette, and this one is the powder contour palette, right? Yeah, contouring palette. I'm actually gonna get rid of these. I thought I was gonna keep them, but I literally just made up my mind that it's going. Next up, I have the Beauty Creations Contour and Highlight Palette. I also got this in my Master Makeup Kit. And this is what this looks like. I am keeping it. I believe that was all of my palettes. I'm going to literally just move on into my compacts. I don't know. Okay, yes I do. I'm going to start with the powder contacts. Then I'm going to do... You know what? No, I don't. I'm just going to grab things, and whatever I grab is what's going to be shown. So, let's get into this stuff. So, this is my Morphe Glamour Bronzer, Face and Body Bronzer in the color Phenom. And I love this bronzer, so I am going to keep it. Up next are my Juvia's Place blushes. This one is in the shade Bella. This shade is beautiful. And then the other one is in the shade, wow, Serafina. And it's pretty, but it's really light. Not sure I'd use it, but I'm going to keep it because it's black owned. And I literally just made my mind up on that just now. Then this is the e.l.f. Plus Matte Blotting Powder, and this is what it looks like. I'm actually just going to declutter this. Even though that was not the plan, I am going to declutter it. Then I have the Fenty Beauty Bronzer in Trophy Wife. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of this when I opened it. In Trophy Wife, that I am going to keep just for the simple fact that it's Riri, right? Then this is the BH Cosmetics Illuminate by Ashley Tisdale blush. It has a little glitter in it. I don't think you guys can see it. There you go. But I'm going to get rid of it. Next up is the Ciate London blush. This is not for women of color. Don't let it fool you. So this is going right out. Next up I have an Hourglass blush, and as expensive as this probably is, I got it in a as well as my Ciate London. I got this in a BoxyCharm, but it's not for women of color either, so I'm going to get rid of that. Then I have a e.l.f. blush in the shade Always Fiery, and I love the way that this blush looks, so I will be keeping this blush. Following that, I have a NYX Ombre blush, and this is what the blush looks like. I'm going to keep it simply for the shades that's down here, so yeah. It looks like we're moving into highlighters, and we just did blushes. So this is the Bare Minerals Invisible Glow. This is so pretty. It gives you such a natural glow. It looks like you're glowing from within, and it's not a sparkle, it's a glow. I am going to keep this compact. Then I have my Juvia's Place, the Tribe Highlighters, Volume 1, 2, and 3. This is Volume 1. This is Volume 2. And this is Volume 3. They're all staying because, like I said, black owned business. I am supporting the black owned business, okay? Now this is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Get Wet Soft Silk Highlighter in Golden Sun Kiss Glow. This is the collaboration with Stacey Marie, the makeup artist, and mine came broken. I don't think you guys can see it, but mine came broken, and this is pretty, even though I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to keep it. Then I have another e.l.f. highlighter in Pinktastic. It's supposed to be a blush highlighter, and I don't really do blush highlighters. Wow, why can't I get this open? Okay, there we go. I'm going to declutter it. Then this one is a highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearl. I am going to declutter this as well, even though I thought I was going to keep it. I'm going to declutter it. Next up, I have my Pretty Vulgar highlighter in the shade, my Shimmering Swan, Pretty Vulgar Shimmering Swan highlighter in the shade Sparkling Sass. And I love this highlighter. As you can see, it broke. I'm good for dropping some makeup, okay? So, yeah, it broke, but I'm keeping it anyway. It's staying. Then I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in, what shade is this? This shade is, I don't even see it. Oh, Awesome Blossom. And I loved this highlighter. This was my go-to at one point. Even though it looks like I never used it other than this little nail dig that happened there. I was so upset when that happened, but I'm going to keep it. Then I have my Hustler Baby Fenty Beauty highlighter. As you can see, it broke. And I want to get the bigger version. This was the sample size that came in. Something I got from Sephora, but I'm going to definitely repress this and keep this and hopefully get the bigger version. I have another compact highlighter. This is the e.l.f. Plus Glow highlighter. Does it have the shade in golden? And this is what it looks like. And I am going to keep this highlighter. This is the original RCMA powder. This is a no color powder. I know it looks white and I know it's scary. This is a translucent powder, guys. This powder is amazing for any makeup artist who like to set faces with powder. This will do you justice. So I'm definitely keeping this. Up next, I have my Beauty Creation setting powder. And as you can see, it's still in the wrap, so I'm keeping it. I'm gonna start from the back. Then I'm back to my Juvia's Place highlighters. This is the Heroin Glow 1. This is what this looks like. This highlighter is beautiful, believe me. And this is the Heroin Glow 2 highlighter, and this is supposed to be a blush-like highlighter, a pinky highlighter, which is staying as well. And then this is the Crayon Case Honor Roll highlighter, and it's a Black-owned business, so as of right now, it is staying. Yeah. Okay, what is next? I'm sorry, guys. I have so much going on right now. This is the Ciate London Confetti Glow highlighter. Oh no, the confetti highlighter. And I use this, and this was amazing. So I am definitely going to keep this highlighter. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. Then this is the Maybelline Master Chrome, everybody's old holy grail that I decided I was going to test out one day. And I've used it. It's supposed to be a dupe for the King Tut highlighter by Jeffree Star. And I only got it because of that. One, I don't support Jeffree Star, but I got it because I did not want to support him. But a makeup artist did a look on me that I wanted to recreate exactly. And this did the thing. Then we have the NYX Duochromatic Illuminating Powder. I'm not going to open this, but you can see the shade. These are the same one. This one is smushed for whatever reason. I'm sure I dropped it. And then this one, it's barely anything in it. But I'm going to use this until I can't use it no more, okay? So I'm keeping both of those. Then I have my Physicians Formula Butter highlighter. And honestly, this was super glittery. You okay, baby? Okay. This was super glittery, and I don't remember if I want to keep it or not. So I'm definitely just going to give this away. I'm probably never going to use it after that little one test run that I gave it. So yeah. Up next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Highlighter in Vegas. You guys can see this shade here. I'm keeping it. These are all Juvia's Place, and I'm keeping it. This one is the Heroin highlighter. Oh, let's see. There you go. That's what it looks like. This one is the Royalty one. This one is the Nubian. This one is the Royalty 2. Can I give it focus? There you go. And then this one is the Nefertiti. I'm keeping all of my Juvia's Place highlighters. I told you guys, support Black businesses, right? Now, this is the Artist Couture Purple Dream Diamond Gold Powder highlighter. And this stuff it looks like it's a pinkish type of color, pink and gold type of color, but it really does come out this beautiful purple when you put it on. I'm keeping this. I'm glad I'm almost done with this because I still have to do my palette declutter. I didn't do my lippy declutter on camera because it was too much, but yeah, I have to do my palette declutter, and I don't think I'm gonna do my highlighter, my concealers. So yeah, let's just keep going. This is my BH Studio Pro matte finish press powder, and I am definitely keeping this stuff. This stuff is amazing for setting your full face. Can you focus? There you go. It's staying. Then this is the e.l.f. See, this is why stuff is always broken. This is exactly why stuff is broken. I had to shake it to make sure it wasn't broken. But this is the finishing powder in Deep. Great for contouring. This one is the finishing powder in Dark Deep. Great for setting the full face. And I'm keeping both of those. Then this is the Maybelline Stay Cover Full Coverage Foundation, powder foundation. And I wanted to use this for, why can't I get it open? I wanted to use this to contour, but realistically, I don't need it. I think I just broke this. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think I did. I'm probably not going to use this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix this because this makeup is going to someone. I'm actually going to, there we go, fixed it. Give this away in the declutter because I'm not going to use it. I know I'm not going to use it. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to fix it. Yeah, I know I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to declutter it. And then this is the Constantly Bronzed Primer Infused Bronzer by e.l.f. It's not my shade. I'm going to declutter it. Next up, we have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. That is way too light for me, so you know I am going to give it away. And I got the darkest shade that they had. So Physicians Formula, please come out with some darker shades. And this is the NYX Matte Bronzer. And this is not my shade either. Can't even set my face with this, or I would be an ash monster. So please do better, guys. This is being decluttered. Next up is my Morphe Filter Effect Finishing Powders. I'm keeping all of these. I have 3, and one is to highlight under my eyes, which is, I believe, Filter 7. Then one is to set my face, which look a little red, but I don't know. This is Filter 12, and then this one is to do my contour, and this is Filter 14. It is all staying. And then this is my Anastasia, bless you, baby. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills, bless you, Mahogany Bronzer. And this is also staying. I'm so glad I'm almost done. This is another. You okay? another, what is it called? Sunstalker bronzer in Caramel Cutie. This is a mini, and I use this to set my whole face. This is staying. Then I have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Finishing Powder, and this is too light, so I am going to declutter it. And then I have another one. This one is in the shade Golden Beige, and I'm going to keep this one. This one is not to set my whole face. This is to set my under eyes. The other color was in the shade Natural Beige, and yeah, it's too light, so it's going. Next, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 355 Coconut to set my entire face. I am keeping it. And then I have the LA Girl Pro Contour Powder, and I am keeping this. This does amazing for contour on darker women, so I'm keeping it. Whew, I'm so glad I'm almost done. Let's keep going. Let's not stop the momentum. Next is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 30 Medium Deep. I love this powder. This is my holy grail drugstore powder, so it is staying. Then I have the Chalk Dust Setting Powders in the shades A and N. This is from Crayon Case. They are both staying. Support Black-owned businesses. Okay, so let's stay on the topic of support Black-owned businesses. This is the I Am Magic Setting Powder in Namib, Gabi, and Kalahari. These are the 3 shades. Support Black-owned businesses. They're staying. Then I have the Fenty Beauty powders in Nutmeg and Honey, and I still have yet to use these. I believe I think I've used this one, and I don't think I was that big of a fan of it, but everybody raves about these, so I'm gonna try it again. Maybe it was user error, and I'm gonna try it again. So I'm going to keep them, and we're gonna keep moving. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is a holy grail. Okay, this stuff will have you looking flawless, skin brushed with no flashback. I'm keeping it. Next up is the brightening powder, the Lock It brightening powder in Golden by KVD Vegan Beauty. I'm keeping it. And then this one is the ColourPop translucent deep powder that I have not used yet. I honestly think I'm going to declutter this. Wow, I don't think I had planned to declutter that, but I'm going to declutter it. Next up, I have the original formula Coty Airspun Face loose face powders, and this one is in the shade Naturally Neutral, and this one is in the shade Translucent. This one gives me bad flashback, which is why I bought this one, because Leah J loves these, so I wanted to give it another shot in a different color. And I'm going to keep that one and get rid of the translucent one. Then I have another Laura Mercier powder. This is the translucent medium deep powder. Perfect for setting my entire face. So this is staying. Then this is the Hard Candy Baked Brighten Set Sheer Envy Finishing Powder. And I honestly think that I might have tried to use this once and did not ever use it again, and I would love to try it again, but I'm not going to try it again. I'm actually going to declutter it. It can have a better home other than being here. This is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay setting powder that I have not used yet, and I want to try it. I feel like, hold on, I think this was the one that smelled like coconut. Okay, it's not. So something I had smelled like coconut, and I did not like it, so I was gonna give it away. But this one doesn't smell like coconut, so I'm going to keep it to test it out. Then this is the Becca Cosmetics Hydrate Mist Set and Refresh Powder. This was supposed to be wet to the touch, and then when you put it on, and then it was supposed to dry. I've had this for a couple of months, and it's already dry. The entire thing is dry, so I'm just going to declutter it. I'm probably never going to use it after I use it that one time anyway. And then this is another OG Holy Grail, the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I am keeping this. This is amazing for women of color, okay? I'm so glad that I'm almost done. This is the Mary Kay Powder Perfect Loose Powder, and I use this to contour my face very often. This is actually super old, from back when my mother used to work for Mary Kay, and I found it one day and I took it, and it did amazing with contouring my face, giving me a very light contour but giving my face definition. So I'm definitely keeping this powder. And then I have the Beauty Bakery Flour Bitter Powder in the shade Casanova. I don't think I've used this yet, but I am keeping it. I have the e.l.f. I don't even know what kind of powder this is. I think I got this for free one day because I ordered a bunch of stuff and I dropped it. I'm going to declutter this because I'm sure that this white powder is going to give me a flashback. So I'm going to get rid of it. And then last but not least, I have the OG, the powder that everybody started baking with. The Benai Luxury Powder in Banana. Now, Lord knows I don't use this very often. I used to get flashback when using this. But I honestly think it was user error because as I got better with makeup, this looked good on me at one point. So I'm going to go back to using this and see what it does for me. And I'm going to keep it. So, I don't have time to put everything back in order right this moment for you guys. I will put up how many items I decluttered, and I'm lying. No, I'm not. I'm not going to tell you guys how many items I decluttered because I have to hurry up and get this stuff done before he gets here. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video. I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.
Yeah, I got the remedy for your soul. Got the melody for the low. I got everything, let me know. I like your energy, baby.